Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nhат Duy, and to begin my speech, I have the three images. Oh, what do they mean? With the first image, it's me when I was in the primary school. The second image is me when I was in the secondary school. And the final one, of course, is me at present. So via these three images, I have a story that I want to show to all of you about my journey to get the powerful communication from a really negative introverted. Now, moving to the first image. It's me at the first version when I was in the primary school. It's cute, right? But behind that smile is a person who was upset by several toxic arguments and also the criticisms from his classmates. At first, I used to be the really cute little boy with several passions to participate in several outdoor activities. And I also got some achievements which were related to my talents, singing and dancing. And this also grabbed the attention of most of the teachers in my school too. However, this led the increase in the jealousy and also the criticisms from my friends. They despised not only my achievements, my talents, but even my gender and also my families too. They said that, oh, you love singing and dancing, so you are gay. Because no boys and men in the world love singing and dancing on the stage like you. And we were sure that your parents, they bribed the teachers so that they got a higher attention to you. Whenever I tried my best to prove that they were wrong, they refused to listen. And this problem happened in totally 5 years until the graduation of my primary school. I was totally moved from a really enthusiastic boy to a really negative introverted. And this led me to deal with the more dangerous problem, social anxiety, because I always refused to communicate with each other, even with my parents. Furthermore, I also immediately refused to participate in outdoor activities. And sometimes I also thought committing suicide. Can you believe that? Due to the huge amount of obsession that grabbed my head day by day. One day, I watched a TV program with a really impressive beginning. Who you really was? I'm like, oh. After watching that, there were several questions up in my head. Why did I still keep this terrible version in myself? I was born to live and to develop as a normal person, not for satisfying those criticisms. And this took a huge alarm in my mind. I must change to refine who I really was. Therefore, I tried my best to practice from a really little thing by having a chit-chat with my family. Furthermore, I also participate in several outdoor activities, especially the martial arts course, Taekwondo, and the communication course. These courses not only provided me the physical skills that I could apply to protect myself out of the social risks, but I also learned the way to effectively create the conversation with each other by the application of presentation, debate with several arguments, and on top of that, I also show my individual opinion in front of the crowd without the criticism. And this process took me nearly half of a year until my secondary school. And I can call this change is my remarkable change, the change that helped me to refine who I really was. Now, moving to the second version. Oh, it's me as with a better version when I was in the secondary school. Luckily for me that I got a chance to be a class monitor. And you know that I always tried my best to help my class to be one of the best classes in the school. However, this led me from a really normal person to the really conservative class monitors because I always imposed each other to obey what I said. Furthermore, I also got angry easily when I heard anything negative in my class too. And consequently, this created a huge gap between me with my friends. They refused to communicate with me because they were so worried that I could yell in their face as fast as possible when they did something wrong. One day, I asked my very best friend about were there any problems about me in the class. She carefully helped me to analyze all of the perspectives of the problem that I was dealing with. And after listening to her, I really realized my problem. That was communication failure with my classmates. And I thought that I must change again. This change was handled by changing from a really little thing to my attitude. My attitude when I listened to my classmates' opinion, put myself in their position to deeply understand what they really wanted. And after that, I could get the sustainable background, which I could give them several valuable recommendations, which can also help them to strongly deal and solve all of their problems at that time. And luckily for me again, they accepted my change. And they also tried their best to support me as previously. And with this change, I can call this is the decisive change, which can serve for my long-term success. So, via the remarkable change from the first version and the decisive change from the second version, I combined them together and create the latest version. And it is me right now, standing in front of all of you, is a second-year student of the university. And on top of that, I also got the chance to get the positions as the member of the content department or also the MC in various events. Furthermore, I always prioritize to participate in dancing activities in and outside of my school. Besides, I used to be a president of the music club at my university. So, it can be clearly seen that there are several differences between me in the past and me right now. Yui in the past was the person who always hid it in his eggshell and didn't want to break out for the better innovation. And Yui in the past was the person who used to be the really conservative class monitor who always imposed each other to obey what he said. But Yui right now is the person who always prioritizes the enthusiasms and also the passions to participate in several outdoor activities. And Yui right now is the person who really likes communicating with each other. Not only for establishing several relationships, but this can help me to explore all of the perspectives of my partners for the sustainable relationships establishment. So, via my stories and also the comparisons between Yui before and after. So, at first, there are several features of the people who are being criticized by each other. The first, they can easily fall in social anxiety like me. The next one, they can easily think about the negative thing in their life, even the death. The third one are the difficulties in controlling our emotion and also our action. Last but not least, we also immediately refuse to participate in several outdoor activities, even they will be very beneficial to us. So, to avoid dealing with those criticisms, the communication is not only the tool for solving, but also the key which can help us to be successful. Why did I say that? Our research showed that 90% of people around the world, they chose communications as the most important factors which can help them to be successful. And the fact that communication can bring to us several opportunities. The first, of course, we can widen our relationships with each other, even with the partners who have the power to strengthen our current status in this society. And consequently, we can develop our career in the future via the effective application of communication. And the next one, we can also be the influencers. The one can spread out several valuable messages that the communication can bring to us. And on top of that, we can also make a huge positive impact to the community by changing others' minds to innovate themselves to get the better version for the better future. So, can we change ourselves via the communication? Yeah. The answer is definitely yes. But when? It is when we really accept to change. Because at this time, we can have enough motivations and encouragements from others, which can help us to exchange them to the huge power. And based on this, we can innovate ourselves to get our best version that we have ever had, to overwhelm other competitors in this competitive society. So, how can we change, or how can we get that communication? Based on my accumulated experiences, the powerful communication will include two main factors. The first factor is being an activist. The word activist will include two main elements. The first element is I should be the positive energy provider, which can help each other to feel comfortable and safe when they communicate with me. And the second element is I should be flexible in using language, because with this feature, I can decide which situation that I need to strongly push others to confidently deal with all of their problems, but which situation that I need to calm down, carefully listening to them, to their problems and challenges that they are dealing with. Consequently, I can help them to realize and also give several valuable solutions which can support their problem-solving process. And the another factor is being a good listener. And this factor will involve two main elements too, and I will combine them together. They are the abilities to control our attitude and the ability to keep calm. The fact that I can't communicate with each other with a really rude attitude like, you need to do A, B, C, or D. Instead, I choose to keep calm in every situation, even that will be the very worst thing that I have ever heard in my life. After that, I try to analyze all of the perspectives of the problems and also the challenges with my partners to identify the key points and also the mistakes in our problems and explanation. Consequently, we can have the enough background to suggest several recommendations and finalize which will be the most ultimate one that we can apply for our long-term success. So, based on several insights about communication and also the way that we can get that based on my own experience, I would like to say that the communication is the very first symbol, but it will be the most unstoppable weapon that you can have for yourself. Because It's not only helped you to strengthen your current status in the society, but you can help each other, influence others to change their mind, to be open-minded, to innovate themselves to get the best version. And based on my past story, criticism and jealousy, they were interruptions which interrupted my success in the past. So whether they will be better or not, based on the way that we choose to confront them. When I refuse to change, they will be the huge monsters that they can kill me whenever they want. But when I really accept to change, they will be the best motivations that we can have for our improvement, development, and personal growth. So, whenever you're dealing with the criticisms like me in the past or other negative things, the first thing you should do is rethinking again your core values of your existence in this world and in your life. After that, once think again the time that you can get out of your comfort zone by providing a huge amount of knowledge for yourself. Don't forget to provide the communication skills for yourself. Because by practicing from a really little thing, you can also catch the key to open the more successful future. And after getting those sustainable background, action! Innovate yourself to get your best version that you have ever had, which can help you to be impressive in front of the crowd. And furthermore, you can also got the key to be successful in the future. Finally, be yourself to find your right places. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,